added on the sign. The town of Southwest Ranches, their insignia is also going to be implanted on the sign as well. And that's it. Thank you. Any questions?
Great. Any questions?
I guess what kind of material are you going to be building this out of? Is it just going to be regular wood?
Yeah, it's kind of like it's going to be two 4x4s that are about 5 feet, 6 feet tall, planted into the ground. And then the sign is 3 feet tall and 2 feet wide. Or 3 feet wide, 2 feet tall. And I believe it's just made out of regular wood. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly the same.
Good.
Okay.
Good. Yeah, it's important for it to hold up.
Yeah.
All right, good. Well, let me just say, speaking for the mayor and the council, we're just always thrilled when, David, when an Eagle Scout comes before us and talks about a project that is going to contribute to the town and to all the residents in the town, and just this town is built on a lot of volunteer work and a lot of community involvement, and this is just a great, we really appreciate your efforts, really appreciate, the whole process and us being able to be a part of it. So thank you for doing that in our town. We appreciate all that you're doing.
Thank you.
One other thing, Vice Mayor, if I may. I've done it for everyone else in the past, so I can't not do it for you. I'm going to donate to start your fundraiser $100. Okay? So
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right.
pleasure.
Great. Excellent. Great. Thank you very much.
Mayor, just quickly, I came up the same way you did, some Boy Scouts. People don't realize what this is. Do you have your full belt with all of them? I wish you had brought it with you tonight.
Yeah, I
to
wish I
see.
did too, yeah.
There's so many things that they have that they work for that whole time to get this, but this is it. This is the biggest one they can get, and it's a tough one to get.
It is. Thank you. Yes, it is.
Great. Thank you, Freddie.
Thank you.
All right. Very good.
Thank you.
you. Okay, we have another presentation. I know the Education Board has been working for a long time trying to get together a scholarship fund, and they've pulled it together, and we're real excited about it. Melissa Gleichner is here, and Melissa, if you could just give us an overview of it and tell us a little bit about the presentation.
Sure. This was an endeavor that we've been working on for a while, and I'm really thrilled.
Pull that
and
mic
excited.
down to you so we can hear you a little bit.
I'm definitely thrilled and excited that we've been as successful as we have been first year. I'm hoping first year of many years. The idea was to have students within our town become involved with the town and have it be expanded. Most scholarships are just for graduating high school seniors. This is for high school seniors, but it's also for students who are currently in college or looking to go back to either college or a trade school. So it's anyone, open to any resident under the age of 25, which makes it a little unique as well. And the component of giving back to the town in time is something that I think is something we should be proud of, and I appreciate all the help and assistance we've had, both from my entire board, from council, from our town attorney, and definitely our town administrator. Thank you. And I'm so thrilled we have 8 scholarships to present tonight. Some of them are here, some of them could not be here because they're already away at school. The first one I have is for Aaron Smith, and I know his mother, Susie, is here.
All right. Why don't you come on up?
Aaron
Well-
currently is away at school.
Great. When we get done, we want to take some pictures. Also want to take a picture with David as well before he leaves. But yeah, so let's do the introductions and let's take some pictures.
The second scholarship being awarded tonight is to my son, Andrew Gleisner.
Very good.
No kiss. Forehead kisses. It's a family thing. Third scholarship to present tonight is Miss Annabelle Jewin, who I'd like to mention was a Silver Knight Award winner this year. So congratulations.
Very good.
third scholarship cannot be here. She's away at school, and that's from my daughter, Ashley Gleisner.
Very good.
The next, tough name to say, Edwin Makovich. I'm probably butchering that name. This is fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Elizabeth McHugh. I believe I spoke with her, and she said she was going to be attending her sister's wedding. So we'll just hold on to this
Still.
for her.
Very good.
Stephanie Morris. And the last one is for Todd Williams.
Very good. All right, that's fantastic. Let's, if we could have everybody come up front, we want to take some pictures. We also have some cake and refreshments out there. We want to take advantage of that. So we'll kind of take a 5-minute, 10-minute break here and just celebrate the events. Thank you.
Give me your email. Oh, yeah, let me give you my, yeah. But anyway, we've had people even from South Africa.
I'm telling you, I would like, I was just looking at the website, I was looking
And
at the,
stay. And,
you're gonna charge people?
no.
No, not the interns, but if people come like that are professional tour groups,
no.
well, they'll buy t-shirts and stuff. What,
We had people from Australia come in, and we really want to get the word out. It's more important that we educate the masses that there are a lot of animals such as the leopard, which everybody takes for granted, which is down to less than 1,000. The Asian leopard in India is down to less than 1,000. They're killing about 50 per month. And the reason is that it's not anybody's fault. It's just progress, and they're eliminating their environment, their habitat. They're killing their food source. So human children look more like, see, their main course is baboons. Children resemble baboons. If you have a view, so the villages are on the outskirts of the jungles. They're right into the jungles because they're clearing land and putting in cane fields and so on. So as a result, the leopard sees them, sneaks in, grabs them. They're also extremely vindictive. They won't attack you if you leave them alone, but they go after the young. People try to kill the cubs. And there's this one leopard, and we wrote a big article and sent it to the Indian News, and I have it printed, what I wrote. They answered me, and then they put it out on their papers. If a mother is going to hide her cubs, they can't climb in trees. Leopards are safe in trees.
Right.
The cubs can't go to the trees, so they hide them until they can climb. Well, what they did was in this one village, they heard them crying, put them in the culvert because I know it down. They're blocked in the culvert, they block both ends and burn them to death. The mother would not be too far off. Leopards are the only cats that are vindictive, hold a grudge, and will get in. And she must have seen them. She must have identified all the people involved. She has killed 8 of the people so far during daylight hours. Men picked them off and killed them. Didn't try to eat them, just killed them. So Vera and I wrote. Vera's the one that really does all of the, when we talk about it. So I wrote what she said. She didn't have time to write it. Basically what's happened is she's going to kill everybody that's there to kill her cubs. And they're going to have to kill her. Because she will until she kills and they never hunt in daylight. They never try to kill in daylight. And the way they kill, you know, the natives. So she's written a lot of articles.
Yeah, I was just looking.
Let's, no.
Messing up my record here.
I am? Sorry.
No, you- I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
Mayor, do we still have you on the phone?
I'm here, Steve. Sorry I missed the refreshments, and congratulations to all the recipients.
Yeah, excellent. Very good. Very good. Yeah, this was the first time we could have our cake and eat it too, and you missed it.
I've tried that before.
All right, great. Let's go ahead and continue the meeting. The next item, item number 5, is public comment.
All speakers are limited to 3 minutes. Public comment will last for 30 minutes. All comments must be on non-agenda items. All speakers must fill out a request card prior to speaking. All speakers must state first name, last name, and mailing address. Speakers will be called in the order the request cards were received. Request cards will only be received until the first 5 minutes of public comment have concluded. First speaker is Vince
Did
Valletta,
have that.
followed by Newell Hollingsworth.
Yes. Here it is. What did I do with it?
Vince Valletta, Sunshine Ranches, Southwest Ranches, P.O. Box 291507, Davie, Florida. We're proud to announce last night we delivered to the town, turned over to the town, 42 years of history of Southwest Ranches homeowners, Sunshine Ranches homeowners, and it had carried several albums of newspaper articles, pictures, DVDs produced by Charlie Toner Jr. and Ed Campanella Jr. And it was several boxes that we had accumulated thanks to our Sunshine Ranches historian, Ruth Wolf, and we were proud to deliver it to the town of Southwest Ranches. On a sadder note, on Saturday at 10 o'clock, there will be a memorial service for Mike Torlone, who's been a longtime resident of Sunshine Ranches and a participant in many of our projects through the years. And another sad note is the service will be at 10 o'clock on Saturday at St. Mark's Church, if anybody cares to come. Also, on a sad note, we're going to have a memorial service at 11 o'clock for Arthur Schaefer, Ray Schaefer's middle son. Just recently passed away, and the memorial service will be at the Schaefer home at 14400 Luray, and everyone is invited. And it's, like I said, it's a sad note, both of them, but Arthur was a young man, so anyway, that's all I have to say tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Vince, and we appreciate you bringing that to our attention.
Good evening. Newell Hollingsworth, 199th Avenue. Let's talk trash. The bulk pickup within our town is in a sorry state. Again, we had bulk pickup yesterday on 199th, 201, 202. That's the only one I can talk about. They didn't show up, and when they did show up, they only took 85% and left 15% in the road. And then on 202, they started digging foxholes where the bulk trash was. They took a couple of good scoops of earth with them when they left. And we're all very protective of the earth on our properties. Something needs to be done. I spoke with Andy, and he's going to have a meeting with them, but at the same time, I think the council should be involved in this because I think penalties need to be put into effect starting with the next bulk pickup period. If they don't do it on time and they don't do it neatly, then there should be penalties. When they're picking up 85% and spewing 15% into the road, they left a couple of large royal palm fronds in the middle of the road, which I pulled out of the road. And then we raked up the road in front of our area. Some of the other neighbors raked up the areas down the way. But it's not correct for them to not take care of what they're picking up, especially when it's piled out there neatly and in the order that they're supposed to be there. If we put it out neatly, they should pick it up neatly. And taking dirt with them, or just dropping that bucket straight down to see how deep they can go and then closing the bucket is not acceptable. I find it extremely disheartening because it's the exact same company we had before and we didn't have any problems with them until we switched signs on the truck. So I don't know what the problem is. I hope the administration and the council will get it corrected completely, and this little problem can go away before we're out there yelling and screaming at the drivers. Thank you.
Thanks, Noel.
Joseph Altschul, followed by Kathy Cox, followed by Bob Hartman.
Good evening. Joseph Altschul, 5109 Southwest 164th Terrace. I wanted to just talk a little bit about the speeding on my street. And it's become an issue really over the last handful of years when speed bumps were put in on the adjacent street, Southwest 163rd Avenue. We have a street that connects from Sterling to Griffin, and that entire run has one four-way stop sign. And what we generally find is between the traffic coming out of the Sterling Estates in Davie that's cutting through to Griffin Road, the traffic that's going to the to the worship hall on the end at the corner of Griffin and 164th, it's just become unsafe. And you know, recently another neighbor had put in a complaint, and there was a sign put out in front. You know, one of the the devices that registers the speed and tells you to slow down. And I felt like just sitting there and taking pictures of that sign as I'm watching the cars go by after the first day. And literally, you know, I have and I previously introduced them to the council. I have twins that are almost 2. I was standing no more than 10 feet from the road in my driveway, and a car went by at 50 miles an hour. And how do I know it's 50 miles an hour? Because the sign is flashing, slow down, you're going 50 miles an hour. So I walked my kids back in the house, and by the time I watched where the car went, and I got in my car and drove down, another one of my neighbors had already driven to that house and was about to get into a confrontation with these young men. These happen to be residents on the street, but you know, I've spoken to Administrator Burns, I've spoken to Captain Canada about it. They've been very responsive. They've informed me that there has been a request put in for some stop signs on the street, which may be a good first step, and I'm hoping that it's going to be a good first step. I don't know if perhaps you can give me any information on how long it would take to have those stop signs put in, but you know, nobody wants speed bumps, but when you see the effect of having speed bumps put on the next street and you watch the traffic shift over to your street and you see our street getting younger, not getting older, you see people on rollerblades, riding their bikes, walking with their kids, kids on bicycles, and cars routinely driving through 35, 40, 45 miles per hour, you know, because they're going all the way from Griffin to Sterling and vice versa. You know, it's going to end in tragedy. You know, I pray that tragedy is not my family, but I don't want it to be any family. And so I hope that we as a town can take some action to say, wait a second, this is a residential neighborhood. Let's treat it like a residential neighborhood and not like a speedway and not like a cut-through. So I thank you, and to the extent that you can give me any guidance on maybe timing of when we could look at stop signs, if anybody knows, I'd appreciate that as well. Thank you.
Yep, I think we'll maybe respond to that when we get to the administrative comments.
Kathy Cox.
Good evening, Council. Kathy Cox, 4940 Thoroughbred Lane. On Sunday, Freddie Fiskelli and the South Florida Trail Riders went out to Fishing Hole Park and did some trail clearing out there. And we're really anxious to get the park open for the equestrian element west of Rolling Oaks, or for anybody who wants to use it for that matter. But I want to thank Freddie for coming out. We had one of our members, Rick Wessel, who mowed the parking lot and weed-eated, and you can now see the bumper stops again. Freddie and Johnny Morrell, Freddie Fiskelli and Johnny Morrell pulled a bunch of the posts out, telephone posts that we're trying to recycle for maybe the equestrian ring down the road here. And the rest of us cleared out branches and things hanging from overhead that tend to take off riders' heads when you go around the perimeter trail. We're excited about getting that park opened. And for equestrians, trail riding equestrians, we don't need anything but some mowing and the trash picked up. And we're happy to pick up the trash and to open the trails. We still have the north trail that we have to clear out a little bit, but that's just about ready. That can be ready to go, I think, on one work party. We can get that ready to go. And then there's a little piece on the west side that I'm not sure exactly what we have to do there. But, you know, the town's owned the property for 9 years, and we just locked it up and let the weeds grow. And we're really anxious to get the town to let us in there so we can use it. We don't want the trees taken out. We love the shade. Leave those. There's no reason to take those out or clear them out. And like I said, all we need is to keep it a little bit mowed and to get the trail cleared. So we're kind of ready to go. We'd like to do another work party in the middle of the month and see if we can get that north trail cleared out. But in the meantime, I want to encourage you all to please move it forward. We don't need the bathroom. It's nice to have a bathroom, but we don't need it. We don't need the playground. We don't need the ball fields. All we want is the perimeter trail. So, and I'll say this, and I know this will probably aggravate a few people, but I've been building trails in Davie for 25 years. And when we did Robbins Lodge, all we did was open it for the horse people. We just cleared the perimeter trail. The club went in, cleared the trail, and we got on the park. And then as the town had the money, they put in the playground, the pavilions, and did all the other things and improved the property. But in the meantime, the equestrian element was able to use it. You had a presence, you had a reason to keep it cleared out, and it was functional for the town. So we're going to encourage you to try to take that route if you could. We'd really love to have that area. And our membership out west would really use it. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Kathy.
Bob Martin, 5441 Southwest 198 Terrace. I want to kind of back up what Newell was saying. I've been home for about 2 months, and that's what, 4 bulk days? We haven't had bulk picked up on time in the 2 months that I've been paying attention to this, because it's great. I can go out there on Thursday and put more out. I mean, there's a positive to it, but I know this has been brought to the town's attention now probably for 2 months as well. I mean, we've been complaining for a while. What they're doing is wrong. Newell's right. I go out there and there are new trenches, whatever the width of the bucket is, every time I go out there. And I didn't pick up my street this week, but this time and last time, there's junk strewn down the road. It's dangerous. You know, fortunately, the people are picking it up on their own. So I had heard that the town administrator has a meeting coming up with them. I'd suggest you start tracking this somehow. And Newell's right. Punitive penalties are the only way we're going to get their attention. They've been getting away with it now for a couple of years. And unless we do something, we, the town, do something, they're going to continue because, hey, they don't have to pay their guys overtime. They're probably going home at 4:30, 5 o'clock every day rather than staying until 7 to get the route done, probably because the trash hauler doesn't want to put another truck out there at their expense. There's got to be an issue here because once upon a time, they did a good job at it. They didn't dig holes in my yard and leave a trail wherever they went. So something's changed. Maybe it's the way they're managing it, but something's changed dramatically. On a lighter note, there's a Pledge of Civility on here now. Have you guys seen that?
Read it.
We will be respectful to one another. Oh, excuse me. We will be respectful of one another even when we disagree. We will direct all comments to the issues. We will avoid personal attacks. Now, I resent that last part. If I'm not personally attacked once a quarter, I feel like I'm in the wrong town. So,
Just an
I don't
idea.
know. I mean, I didn't sign that when I gave it to her, so am I obliged to it?
Just a recommendation.
It's a cute idea.
It's a recommendation. Thanks, Bob. Yeah,
No more speakers.
that's it? All right, great. All right. Council comments. Board reports, thank you. Any board reports?
Yep.
Hi, good evening, everybody. My name's Ken Sameta with the Rural Arts Board.
In the mic, pull it to you. Turn
Hello?
up, there you go.
Good. We've had a volunteer come and apply to be on the board. Her name is Rose Albatron. I was hoping that you could approve her to join us. I don't know what kind of steps. we need
I
to
think
go.
that's on our agenda for tonight,
Oh,
so,
is it? Okay.
yeah.
We've been moving like light speed lately. We have the Charlie Lynn Memorial Bench out. We have a couple of the trash receptacles are finally in place. When we're halfway in the middle of the project, it kind of hit me that we have overlooked Johnny Dollar, who served for the town and passed away. And at the time, the whole town was kind of in just figuring out who we are, and nobody knew. No, there were a lot of problems. But now that things seem to be running a little smoother, I think it would be nice to remember him. It was kind of his idea to start the whole thing, I believe. So I don't know how we would start. And I talked to Andy. He has some ideas, and I think he's mentioned it to you all. So I'll leave that up to you. Just let us know what you want to do, and we'll go forward with that. We're working on the signage for the entranceway signs. We're waiting for budgets. Hopefully we'll get a sign on both ends of Griffin Road as an entranceway, and maybe there's enough more in the budget for a couple extras. We'll see. We're getting close to that. There's a photo contest that we're having, so we can put some nice images of the town on the walls here. I hope you can get it out that I think council members should be able to enter as well. I know there's a few photographers, and you don't have to, you don't have to be. I mean, you got to be at the right place at the right time, and you can do some beautiful things. There's an artist in all of us, so trying to apply for it. And also, I'd like to thank you all so much for letting me have Susan as a liaison. She is just incredible. She works hard. She's always there. She's everything. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ken. Any other board reports? Seeing none. Councilman comments? Gary?
Yeah, I'll lead off. Thank you, everybody, for coming as usual. I'll be brief, have just a few items. First, I'd like to congratulate all the students that won our first, hopefully, annual scholarship awards. Congratulations to all of them. They worked hard at it, and a very worthwhile cause, and we're all real proud of them. The other thing I'd like to mention, it was sort of piggybacking on what Ken mentioned. What are your guys' thoughts on doing something, Doug, is your committee, on the park bench
Absolutely. I
road?
think we should, I think we already have the dollar amount related to what we did for Charlie Lynn, but that was donated money. And I'm sure that Andy can speak at it, but I personally think, I think it's like $1,100 or $1,200, but I personally think the town should step up, contribute that money related to Johnny Dollar, and do the same bench and the plaque thing that we're doing for Charlie. I think that would be the least we could do.
Yeah, I'm in agreement, and as far as funding is concerned, we have some, I don't want to say found money, but thanks to Marty, it's found money
Right.
coming in from propane sales and things of that nature, and this is a one-time expenditure. And I'd like to see us give Andy just a go-ahead. It's within his purview, but it's
Yeah.
always nice to
Have support.
I certainly would support it. I think that there may be some folks out there that would like to donate to that, and I think we should open it up to allow for that.
Sure.
But because obviously Johnny was he was a critical part of this town and just getting it started and getting it off the ground. So I think we might want to open it up for that opportunity, but definitely I would have no problem with it.
Well, I would say step up to the plate and do it, and people that want to contribute will put their name as contribution, whatever, and just roll back the difference of what the town does. But I wouldn't want to wait to hold it up.
That's fine.
Waiting on donations to do that. But if people want to donate and have their name related to it, I'm fine with that too.
Great.
I'm good on it, so I think everybody here is for that, so move with it.
Mayor, do you have any comments related to that?
No, I agree. Listen, Johnny Dollar is an icon in our town, and anything to confirm his contributions in any way, shape, or form, I'm certainly supportive of it.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Great. The last thing I have is.
Thank you, Gary. For that.
Oh,
thank you.
Sorry, broke my chain of thought. Sorry. The 4th of July picnic in Rolling Oaks Park, put on by the Rolling Oaks Civic Association. The whole town is invited. If I could just briefly read over what's all going to happen here, and I have an inside track on what's going on. So it starts at 1 o'clock. The volunteer fire department's going to be there. I don't know if they're going to have the big barbecue machine like they did at the chili cook-off, but they're going to be there. The chiefs are out there with some pretty elaborate stuff, and the volunteers will all be there. You bring your own lawn chairs, tables, pop-up tents, coolers. You can bring picnic basket. There's going to be tables and chairs out there all set up. There's going to be a cakewalk, a potato sack race, water balloon toss, three-legged race, tug of war, horseshoes, food, music, face painting, petting zoo, several contests with prizes and games and trophies. I know they're in my living room, and so they're real. They're real. There's a family centerpiece contest coming up. A tractor golf cart decorating contest and parade. This one sounds really good. An apple pie bake-off. Make your best apple pie. Most patriotic costume, adult and child. And the one that's really actually a lot of fun is the watermelon eating contest. That's all going to be set up. That was actually kind of fun to watch last year. So just want to have everybody come on out. Come out for 5 minutes. Come out for an hour. Come out and meet your neighbors. Everybody had a great time last year, and it was very enjoyable.
Great. And that's a 1 to whatever?
Huh?
1 to 5?
Yes, 1 to 5. Yes. So it's over with enough time for everybody to scoot to the fireworks displays, and of course we don't have any of that in our town, so everybody has to bug out to go see the real displays all over the place. So anyway, I just want to mention that, and I'll wrap it up with that.
Great, thank you, Gary. Freddie?
Yeah, actually, it falls almost they have the South Florida Drainage District meeting is usually the day before our meeting, so I usually go that in the morning. And it's not very crowded. I'm usually there. Bob Bush is there. Bob wasn't there. I haven't seen him or not. I hope he's not sick. But him and I are usually the two people that sit in the audience. But it's really interesting. It's a very short meeting. It starts at 8, and we was out of there by 8:35. But one of the things in the director's report, 2 of them were. The accurate was a vacation of surface water management areas. Right now, if you could do anything on your property, 20% of the land has to be left for management things. And before, this was always a problem in our town, because if you did anything, they were wanting you to give up easements and stuff. And it's really nice to sit there now. What it was, 2 of these pieces of property, one of them is 18001 Sterling Road. Is George here? George, is that your property? 18001 Sterling Road. That's not where you were doing the building, is it? Anyway, I'll get off of that. But anyway, what it was, whoever bought that piece of property wasn't satisfied with the location of the surface water main.